Good morning, my friends. Now, let's get into this. Now, I'm going to probably be eating my breakfast while I talk to you because I don't have a lot of time to get this video in. But I did notice this on my way to work today that gas here is cheap. I only paid $4.19, and in the Bay Area, that's relatively cheaper. Okay? It's going down. But I wouldn't stop and think that that's got anything to do with, whatever, because there have been too many things going on right now that point to a lot of things happening. We're on another weekend again, so who knows what Monday's going to look like, stock market, blah, 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 whatever. So nobody knows that exactly what's going to happen. But gas is down. But again, two channels that you guys should check out that I watch, because I don't come out and talk about a lot of this, is Canadian Prepper, New York Prepper. A lot of people don't like Greg's channel, and I do tell you that my one problem with it is that every video is always breaking or urgent, and it's always got the red alert thing going, and it may or may not be. But it still has a lot of good stuff on there, and I always watch it. He always makes me like a honorary member, but I don't donate because I can't afford it. Okay, so yesterday, because I've been on earthquakes a long time for me, that's one of the things I do watch. Now, I'm not a seismologist, but I'm not like Dutch. A lot of you guys who know who Dutch is. He thinks that all of these earthquakes are HARP. Now, while some may be, I don't know if they all are. But there was a guy on here, I think he was on Rogan. I think he did some other stuff. And he worked at the ice station in the South Pole. Now, basically, they were looking for neutrinos, okay? But in doing so, I guess there was a big old earthquake in Christchurch, and he said that that was the reason why that happened, was some kind of a weapon that they invented by an accident, okay? Then you have CERN. And every time they ramp this on, and I do have the page saved somewhere where you go and look at the beams, and if they're all on, so this is curious. A few months ago, when the Taiwan thing was really huge, all of a sudden, there were 4 or 5 good-sized quakes there. Then, all of a sudden, there was one somewhere else. Yesterday, there was a very near 7.0 in Russia. Stop and ask yourself this. Are those real earthquakes? Or are they the South Pole Station? Or are they HARP? Or was that something else because there's a skirmish going on? Like maybe it was a bomb or something. Like a big old missile so big it rocked the ground. But see, they don't tell you that. As long as you know that it's a quake, that's all you have to know. So I'm asking myself, was that Russia earthquake a real earthquake? Or was it made by man? Or was it some kind of a bigger missile or something like that? Case in point, there's an American submarine right off the coast of Russia, because they did it to us, and we're sitting there. Now, all of a sudden, Russia's beginning to lose ground. Is that on purpose? No one knows. But that earthquake is big enough for me to question it, okay? I can't say that that was a natural quake because the funny thing about it is that this is coming at a point when these wars are beginning to pick up. So that's the first part of this video. The other one is this. Now, I don't want to get into this too far, but I don't think it matters who wins the election here. I think whoever wins, the other side will be mad, and there's going to be a uprising no matter what, okay? So with that, I think that's just going to be either way. And I think either way, whoever happens to be there when all this goes down will be part of a treaty, but the treaty is going to be a backfired treaty. And it may involve the Golan Heights, and that's the big deal. But don't be surprised if after all that happens, that many of us are still here on Earth. Not gone, not raptured, just here. So, a lot of things to ponder and put into perspective and put your own ideas to it. Now, again, like I told you guys this, I think yesterday or the day before, a lot of media, real media, doesn't report anything. Again, predictive programming, trying to keep the fear factor low. Therefore, they're not going to tell you exactly what's happening. The only place you're going to get it is here, okay? So, there's that. But you're not going to see the news come out and go, oh, yeah. No. When I was a kid, we'd come home every night, the Vietnam War would be on, and they would show us live stuff. They don't do that anymore. Keep the masses kind of quiet by not really saying all this other stuff. Now, if I was to give you any movie to watch that would be pertinent to what's going on, the aftermath anyway, I would tell you guys to watch The Road. That movie right there is going to show you. Now, the Book of Eli is fairly good, but it's not like this scenario. Because it's not going to all be about, oh, yeah, well, the power is out and I got to deal with this. And, don't even stop and think about that all the law enforcement and all this stuff, they're not going to be there because they're going to be caring about their own families. So it's going to be kind of like each person for themselves. That's what's going to happen. And I got to tell people in the beginning, it won't be so bad, but later on, when it's really a have or have not, a lot of have-nots are going to be like trying to get what you have. So, not going to be just as easy, all that. Then, on the other end, because I've talked about this with a friend of mine. Sorry, I spit my sandwich. But Biscuit Basin in Yellowstone was not just some random thing. I mean, it was random, but the thing is probably venting. So, again, rather than come on here and tell you that, what are they going to do? Tell you nothing. Or nothing to worry about. Nah, nothing like that. I would tell you, though, because they're already ramping up. I tell you this in every video. You just got to make sure that you know that you have what you think you're going to need to get you by for a little while. Now, I have 2 of these, and I'm going to show you one. Okay? I already showed you this before. This is what they call a solar mag charger. Goes in the back of your phone. I got another one in my pocket. This is on the dashboard, and if somebody stole it, I wouldn't care because it didn't cost me much. But it's charged by the sun all the time. So your phone doesn't work. That's a good thing to have. And keep it charged. So, but one of the things I told people about, kind of like what Iran's doing to their people, one day they're going to shut our internet down. So we have no more knowledge of what's happening all over. This venue, YouTube, probably be the first to go. Now, they've outlawed TikTok here, but that's not going to take effect till next year. And I think out of all the venues, it's one of the dumbest ones out there anyway. I have it, but I rarely use it. Okay? So, more than likely, it's probably going to disappear. But all the social media is going to go whoop. Now, you might have X, Twitter, but that's just words, stuff to read. No live stuff. I mean, you can, but they probably wouldn't. So, in reality, any news you're going to get is off the TV. I also have an old little battery-era operated television that works off air antenna. So if I need to watch some kind of news, there it is. Again, this solar. Right now, the only batteries that are in it are the crank batteries, flashlight, compass, weather radio, charger for your phone in the back, whatever you might need that for. Shortwave will be your news. So, like I say this in every video. You just got to be prepared because you don't know what you may need. And if you win a lot last moment, you're not going to have. Best thing to do is at first, stay home. Don't go out. I'm not sure I understand. Didn't even say it. See, Mike from around the world said that thing right there, when it goes up on its own, is because it's learning what you're talking about, see? Learning what your likes and dislikes are, and then when you go on Amazon, there it is. Anyway, I have to get ready to go in. But I pop up another video for you guys. And just say, be prepared, be ready, have what you think you need. Because one day, the power and the internet's going to go down. Eventually, they'll blame some big major solar flare, when it was probably just them cutting the power. So until then, my friends, you guys all have a really good day. Hang in there. I'll be seeing you. And keep your eyes to the skies, too. Bye-bye.